Welcome to Atlanta, Georgia, the Flats, Bobby Dodd Stadium, home of the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets and the Ramblin' Wreck, hoping to rev up that engine. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration, Senior Day, as we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Georgia Bulldogs, taking on the 8th-ranked team in the land, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Georgia likely to kick it deep to get things started. On the move from inside his 5. And the returner goes down. So Georgia Tech's return man hardly helped out the offense with that one. These rivalry games can really get the blood pumping, and we'll see who can manage their emotions best early.
Everyone's been waiting for this game, right? You know, both of these teams have had this game circled all the way back to the beginning of the offseason, so you got to be able to play under control.
With passion, with energy, with hatred, because it's a rivalry game, but keep your emotions in check and making sure I'm controlling what I can control.
Got some of the work done on first. Now let's see what they have on second down. He's looking to throw. He lobs one high down the left side. And that pass intercepted. Taking it the other way. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
And on this opening drive, the offense trying to be aggressive, attacking deep down the field. But they're going to have to do a better job of taking advantage of those one-on-one matchups, because that time the defense won. They were able to high point the football, creating the interception.
First down for this offense. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
I love the defensive effort there. They didn't get him right away. They stayed after him. He was scrambling, going backwards. They get the sack on the first play of the drive.
Feeling the heat as he lets it go. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. This is a 3rd and long. He's looking downfield to throw. He'll take another shot here. Oh, he can't hang on to the football. A big play sitting right there for the taking, and they can't get it done early in this one. Georgia lining up to punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. And the ball hits at the 3 and gets into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. The Ramblin' Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. Off-play action on first down. Buys a little extra time. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
And that guy is just a man. I mean, he sets the tone in this defense, and you saw it on that play right there. Reminds me a lot of the guy standing beside me, David Pollack, who really set the bar for great D-line play at Georgia. I think back to 2 guys I played against, Richard Seymour and Marcus Stroud, lining up beside each other on the inside of that D-line. That was an absolute nightmare to go up against.
Wants to throw on 3rd down. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes.
I think if you're the quarterback moving forward, you need to start thinking about hot routes to your tight ends and to your running backs because of this outside linebacker. He's a guy that has shown the knack to get after the QB. When he comes blitzing, you need to have an outlet throw in your back pocket.
Makes a move. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Using the quick game. He gets it to the 31-yard line. A big play for this offense. The Dogs have had a long history of scrappy and efficient quarterbacks. Add a little star power to it, and you've got something working.
You definitely get a little extra something. We see it all across college football. You find that dude at the quarterback spot, It takes you from good to great, and you've seen that with Georgia over the last several seasons.
Well, the linebacker's showing you read and react. He knew exactly where that running play was going, and he beat the football to the line of scrimmage and forced the TFL.
They're bringing heat. Get it out on the screen. Pirouettes away from the defense. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. Already in chip shot field goal range at the 21, but this 3rd and short, they're still thinking touchdown. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains.
Well, this offense is sending a little bit of a message here. Of course, we know how much they've struggled on 3rd down all season long. They're just never able to seem to get into a rhythm, but after that last running play...
Fires into traffic, intercepted. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Well, we know these are slick conditions today in this game. Wide receiver just didn't seem to really get a good grasp on the ball when it hit his hands. Didn't stick right away. There's a bit of a bobble, and because of it, the defense able to come away with the pick.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, this is very interesting because now down here in the red zone, you know it's not going to be easy throwing it because the windows are small. Can they run the ball against the best run defense in the entire nation? This is as big a challenge as you're going to find offensively.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Got out of trouble and throws. He's got the tight end. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. And the Yellow Jackets line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He's got great speed. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. First snap of this drive comes from their own 41. They go to the end around to start the drive. That'll get them thinking. At the 45 on his way. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
At the 26. First down for the offense. That's the end of the first.
We've reached the end of the first quarter, and it has been a defensive battle, and the stats tell the tale so far. First down to start the drive after the break. Here's the handoff. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one.
And that would be the definition of first down success. Putting yourself in a good position. It's 2nd and inches. I can do whatever I want next. I can take a shot down the field. I can run the football and get a new set of downs. Like, nice first down execution.
Uga trying to make this red zone trip pay off. Right back to it. He's there to make the stop.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing on the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Offense breaks the huddle. It's 3rd down. They'll try to run for it. Tackled, but he has a first down.
This is an offense that really sees their identity as being able to run the football. Nice job there picking up the first down.
Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Leaves it with the back. Knocked down after a gain of 1. They'll mark it at the 6. Quarterback will audible. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. They'll try to get the edge with the toss play here. And they'll finally track him down and shove him out at the 2.
Once you start getting closer to the end zone and you start bringing in more big bodies, right? They're going to run the football more. The field shrinks. I can run different coverages, but really nice job saying, that's fine. You bring in the big bodies. I'm going to toss the ball in the perimeter for a nice positive game.
They'll try to pick up the first. Goal line defense, and he gets nothing as he stopped right at the 2. They're backed up, 1st and 10 from inside their own 5, and they'll try to get this drive started. The inside handoff. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Let's see if this offense can answer the bell. Their coaches challenged them all week long. When they got down to the red zone, we've got to be able to run the football because we're going up against a top 10 rushing defense. Let's see if they can step up here and get it done.
Give to the running back. Little bit of running room as he picks up 4 and gets it out to the 5.
Offensive linemen love to run the power. Why? You run power. You run power. Then you can play action. You don't want that defense to be sitting there saying, it's a pass, having to pass block every play. You got to keep defenses off balance.
Tackle is made after the 1st down.
QBs, when you see zone coverage, man, can you manipulate defense when you have a good pocket and you've got time to throw. He had a little bit of time to throw. You can move guys with your eyes. That drag comes wide open. Good throw, good catch, 1st down.
1st down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the 1st half. The Yellow Jackets getting set on 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much.
Nice job by the defense there, taking all throws away from the quarterback. He had nowhere to put that football in the field to play, so that ball obviously had to go out of bounds.
Misfired on 1st down, back to the air on 2nd. Oh, he drops it right down the middle of the field, and he couldn't make the play. Now on 3rd and 10, if they can move the chains here, maybe they can get this drive started. One running back in the backfield, and he has it. Picks up just a few before he's brought down, not really willing to take a risk.
Now,
And long. Timeout called by the defense. It's their 1st of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments.
Georgia. Paging George D. Verdell. Paging George D.
And the
Verdell.
Yellow Jackets will punt this one away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
Right on target this time. He's brought down. Solid pickup, but a little bit short of the 1st down. Defense trying to come up with a stop on 3rd and short from the 37. Looking to throw for it. Quickly out to the tight end. Now well within striking distance as that 3rd down play gets him a 1st at the 29. And now a fresh set of downs for this offense. Throws toward the end zone. And the pass is incomplete, but the flag flies, and there was a lot of early contact there. Defender gets a little too aggressive there, and this offense gets some free yardage. The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. He'll come out throwing on 1st down. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. Tip ball, put it up for grabs, and I thought he had it, but somehow it slithered through his fingers.
Good job on defense, getting a hand on it, tipping it up in the air. They weren't able to pick it off, but they do force the incompletion.
Coming after it. This one's complete. Takes it all.
The 2nd down.
After making the grab, and they're set up. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. They want to throw it. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining. On second down, they'll try the field goal to get the points before halftime. And he'll boot one from the right hash. He ought to be able to navigate that angle from this distance. And that is no good. Kicker tried to tack a few more on the scoreboard, guys, and couldn't do it. And the offense will play it safe, take a knee, and head to halftime. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, from Athens to Atlanta, there are some edgy folks and emotional fan bases in this always contentious battle between the Dogs and Yellow Jackets. And a compelling first half for a variety of reasons. Yes, there's a substantial lead to talk about, but I think it all starts with this defense that has more than made its share of big plays. If things keep trending in this direction, you can bet a ton of those backs and receivers are going to spend a lot of time in ice baths before the end of the day. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how the duel between Georgia and Georgia Tech plays out.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. The Yellow Jackets will kick it away to crank up the second half. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Not a lot of offense, in fact, no offense in terms of scoring there in the first half.
You got to give the defense credit on both sides. They've been physical, and they've been making plays. So now, which of these offenses can break the top? It's not going to be easy, but for this offense now taking the ball here first in the second half, they've got to get something.
Finally giving the defense some credit. How did that feel coming out of your mouth? Did it hurt? Like, did you not like to say that? It sounded painful.
I just threw up in my mouth.
Makes the stop at the 32, but he picks up 10 on that play.
That's an absolute strike right there. Giving me some Stetson Bennett vibes, some Aaron Murray vibes, even Matthew Stafford with the arm talent on that throw. I'll tell you, they can attack any spot of the field in the passing game because of this guy's talent.
Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
This really has been a Jekyll and Hyde story for this quarterback. His last game out, he completed over 80% of his throws, but things just not going his way in this one. You've got to give the defense a ton of credit.
Hard running there. They almost got a first down there. Stopped a yard short. It'll be third down. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. Tackled after picking up the first down.
And that's all you want, right? You want that first down, understand the situation, understand I got to get north and south, get a first down, get a new set of downs.
Georgia going back to work with another first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the wideout. And the ball is picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Zone equals eyes. When I say that, DBs, linebackers, all covering the middle of the field. So many guys over the middle of the field trying to take away the easy stuff, but reading the quarterback's eyes the whole time. Whenever he breaks to throw that football and that hand separates from the ball, I'm breaking on it. You can tell they had a beat on it. Nice cut, nice instincts. Give me that INT.
They'll give it to the back. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. And the Yellow Jackets come to the line in the hurry-up. Going up top on first down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Lacey. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. The Yellow Jackets trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And listen, it's tough. It's a tough proposition. This is a top 10 defense against the run. You know they're physical. You know who they are. But you're not going to bat an eye. And you're going to challenge your guys, especially in the red zone, to be more physical, to be able to continue to run the football against a really good defense.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on third down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on third down.
And he just throws it away. That is not what you're looking for on third down. Fourth down coming up. They'll send out the kicker to try to salvage this drive. From the left hash, and this distance ought to make that angle pretty easy to have. Splits the uprights right down the middle. And it took until the second half, and we finally get one of the zeros off the board. It's 3-0. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind you. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move it.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think we can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
From the gun, running back on the move. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
I love this linebacker because he's able to dissect what's happening in front of him, and he reacts downhill, uses his speed to get to the line of scrimmage and create the negative play.
Finds a soft spot in the middle. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a first down as they mark it at the 40. And the Bulldogs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you can tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small game, but some information you gather maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
Guys, we've reached the end of the quarter, and Georgia Tech has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. They'll go to the ground. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks, I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle, nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rushing play.
Man, this guy's going to need some water when he gets to the sidelines. They've been putting him to work on this drive, right? We've seen him toting the rock with success. Now you're seeing him get involved in the passing game, too. They are highlighting his versatility here on this drive.
Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on second down. Touch pass on the jet sweep. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. A field goal attempt from here would be 54 yards. They'd love to pick up a few on third down. To the ground to try to move the chain. That'll be enough for the first down as they mark it down at the 31-yard line. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Got it inside the 30 before he's finally pulled down at the 25. It's a gain of 6. Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on second and 4. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. And the first guy couldn't get him, but the second one does, but not until he picks up the first down. From the 17-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They'll give it to him again. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
There's just so much for this defense to think about. They've had strong side runs thrown at. Now the counter. They know that this offense can work in the play action off of all these base runs too. So much offensive volume this defense needs to worry about at this point in the game.
Open.
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. He's looking to throw. Quick strike complete. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule. And what that means is keeping 3rd downs manageable. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. Really nice play.
They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waiting moments. That could be a costly play. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. It is good. And with a little more than a minute to go, we are all tied up. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Tulane is trailing right now, but it's only a couple of points. That quarterback just needs to show the poise of a young Sean King, and they are right back in this. They're trailing by just 2 to Charlotte. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this college football matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Getting some heat. Fires downfield. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. To the air on 1st down. Feeling some heat. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Yeah, and you use these running backs so much in the passing game now, and you expect them to make those plays for you, to make those big explosive plays out of the backfield. Just got to make sure he concentrates and see that ball come in.
Pocket starts to collapse. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was knocked loose, and 3rd down is coming.
3rd and long, defense knows the pass is coming, so they're going to have guys with their eyes on the QB, but they're going to try to get to him with pressure, pinning their ears back. If you're on offense, you might be thinking blitz here. You better get rid of this one quick.
Going to try to get it himself. At the 40, there he goes. We've got a timeout on the field, and we are set up for a terrific finish.
Every possession later in the game means so much more. You start getting in the 4th quarter, 1-possession games, QB drops back and makes these 1st downs. These extra set of downs now become so much more important late in these ball games.
Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Makes the catch. It's Robbins. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the catch. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. And the Yellow Jackets with the From the gun, the running back has it. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. Operating in the red zone here on second down. They'll try the run, fighting off the defender. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
At the 5-yard line.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on second down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up third and long, and now you're set up to fail.
On third and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
You know, defensively, you live by the blitz and you die by the blitz. That time, they dialed it up into the run play, and the linebacker able to make a nice tackle.
Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go.
Timeout, Georgia Tech.
So on fourth down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. And it is good. Splits the uprights on the chip shot. Well, after back-to-back losses, this team is really teetering on the edge of disaster.
They got to try to hold on to the positives, as hard as that is to do right now, having lost a couple back-to-back, because this team has good players, and they've got good schemes on both sides of the ball. Just things have not gone their way. They just need to make a few more plays to turn this thing around.
Yeah, and they can do it, and they will do it. Listen,